Hi, this is Mike Brown, owner of Death Wish Coffee Company. Welcome to Fueled by Deathcast.
I love Jeff, but sweet and hot. Whoop, Mr. Motorama coffee spot.
Death Wish Coffee presents Fueled by Deathcast, the world's strongest podcast. With your hosts, the incredible Jeff and the amazing D-Man.
Don't forget to look at the camera, Jeff. We're on the air now.
It's right there.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you were looking. Hi, everybody. Fueled by Death Show. You guys know the drill. You're here. It's great to see everybody, and it is another week. This is episode 76 companion show, and let's just jump right into it. I am really, really excited this week. First of all, get it out of the way. I am the incredible Jeff.
I'm Dustin. What's up?
We would love it if you guys followed us on social media. Our social media of choice is Instagram, but we do Facebook and Twitter as well. It's very easy to follow us. I am at Jeff Wish Coffee.
And I am at Deathwish Dustin. Jeff, what was your last Instagram post?
It was actually about recording the show.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Was it a story or was it a post?
It was a post.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, what was your last post?
Mine was all the air pots full of Deathwish coffee strapped into the back of the Deathwish truck,
Yeah.
going to Arena Football for the
Yes.
block party for the Memorial Day game, which was awesome. By the way, we won like 50-10.
Yeah.
It was crazy. We stomped the other team, the Washington Valor, I think it was.
You got it right.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Albany Empire. We have been sponsoring them their whole season this year, and they've been doing a good job, and it's fun to sponsor sports also locally, you know, in our backyard. That's a good time. And if you who are watching this happen to be local in the Albany area, we have a contest running every single week. You can go on over to deathwishcoffee.com/contest to learn more about that.
And even if you don't win tickets, I would suggest going to this game. They're pretty wild. I didn't know people got so into arena football.
Yeah.
Like, there was this old dude sitting next to me, and he was screaming and waving flags and drinking Jameson out of his back pocket.
Love it.
And, like, yelling which plays they were going to do. Like, he was an old coach or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he was like, oh, do you remember back in 99 when we won the Arena Bowl? I'm like, no, dude, this is my first game. Relax. He was pretty fun to sit next to, man.
That's awesome. I can't wait to go to a game myself. And at the top of the show, I just want to say, get this one out of the way, too. Thank you to Brock Powell.
BrockVox.com.
Brock Powell is the voice actor on all the voices on the show, on the podcast, everything we do. Go follow him. He's doing so much stuff this year as a voice actor. It's incredible to see him just blow up as a talent.
I wish my inner monologue was Brock's voice.
I know, me
How
too.
cool would that be?
That would be so cool.
Brock, I need you to be my inner monologue, please. That would
Yes.
be. I just like don't think anymore. I'll just put on headphones and you do the thinking for me.
I love it.
Be wonderful.
It'd be wonderful. If this is your first time tuning into the show and you're watching us live, here's the drill. We're giving away a mug. This week, it is the 2018 Valhalla Java Tankard mug. This mug it looks like fire, and it has been fire the entire year. Every time we get these in stock, they either sell out or get really close to being sold out before we get the next shipment in.
I want to give a little hint.
Okay.
We're doing something pretty interesting with these, I think.
Ooh.
I can't say anything more than that, other than we're working with some of Zach's people to do something cool.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm not going to
Excellent.
say what because nothing's in stone, and we were really just kicking around ideas. But that's
Cool.
it.
Well, regardless, all you got to do if you're watching the show live, share the show, and then drop a comment in the comments during the show. We try to make the conversation in the comments as fun as the show is, so it can be whatever it is, whatever we're talking about, whatever you want to talk about, just drop one of those comments, and we'll pick a comment at random when the show is over, and that winner will win this mug this week. We'll sign the bottom and send it right out to you.
It's a good one, man. I love this mug.
Yeah, me too.
Sweet.
I really, really do. Sporting my Valhalla Java shirt today, too, actually.
Yeah.
so-
I saw a few of those at the game.
Yeah.
And at the Mastodon concert I
Yeah.
went to. I saw a few people, and specifically the Valhalla Java shirt.
Love
I
it.
see that Death Wish trucker hat everywhere. Though.
Yeah, it's the best.
Everywhere.
Secret code unlocked. Discount of death.
Man, a good discount code this week. We had an employee on. Is he technically an employee of this company?
I mean, he pays himself.
Well, this week we had Mike Brown on the podcast. You can listen to that being released tomorrow on the newsletter. But he is the discount code this week. Mike Brown, one word. Jeff, spell it.
MikeBrown.
And you get to keep your job. Congratulations. That will nail you 15% off of everything on deathwishcoffee.com.
Everything.
Until Wednesday, June 6th. Mike Brown, one word, 15%. Let's do science.
Science!
All right, D-Man. So science this week, it's something that I kind of want to get better at bringing up because it's incredible to me, and it's lost on us sometimes, that there are human beings that are orbiting the Earth every hour and a half up there in the tiny little space station. And it's not that tiny, but it's tiny to where we're standing.
Yeah.
And you forget about it sometimes.
I forget about it all the time.
We talk about space a lot. We talk about we always throw it back to the time that we got to talk to retired astronaut Nicole Stott in episode 18 and how amazing that was. But it's incredible to me how many rockets we send up to space, especially to the space station. And some of them contain human beings.
So, with the SpaceX rockets, they're coming back and landing back on Earth? Is that what's happening?
Correct, but the SpaceX rockets are not the ones that are bringing the people to space.
Right. That makes sense.
Right.
But either way, for the first time ever, we're shooting rockets from Earth, bringing stuff to the ISS, and then coming back to Earth and landing.
Mm-hmm. Well, the idea behind that is a little differently. The rocket, and before we get into this, I'll explain.
Yeah, so I don't mean to go off.
No. So the SpaceX rocket, there is a module on top, usually called the Dragon or the Falcon or whatever it's going to be.
Something cool,
right? And then the rocket itself, okay. Yeah. And the whole thing lifts off and then separates. Now that top part is usually where the supplies are and everything, and that's what's going to go. That has its own booster, and that goes to the space station, docks at the space station, and then will definitely leave. Now, a lot of times we don't reuse that. A lot of times that'll burn up in atmosphere or go into the ocean, and we'll recover it and then maybe try to reuse it.
Okay, that makes sense.
The bottom part, the big tube of the rocket, that's what literally, when it separates, flies back down to Earth and then lands straight up and down again.
That's crazy.
Yeah, really, really neat.
That's crazy.
Now, since we've retired the space shuttle, NASA has not been sending up humans to the space station because we don't have any craft to do it. And in fact, SpaceX, Richard Branson, and a couple other companies have been vying to create the next space shuttle type thing. But the only way that we do bring people up is what we've been using for years, which is the Russian Soyuz. And that's how people are going up. And the NASA Expedition 56 is set to head to the ISS on June 6th. For more than 17 years, humans have lived and worked continuously aboard the International Space Station, or the ISS, advancing scientific knowledge, demonstrating new technologies, making research breakthroughs not possible on Earth that will enable long-duration human and robotic exploration into deep space. It's been a global endeavor, and more than 200 people from 18 countries have visited this unique microgravity laboratory. And it's hosted over 2,400 different research investigations, which is incredible.
Yeah, that's insane.
And again, saying that out loud, I forget sometimes that all that's happening right above our heads.
Yeah.
And it's really, really cool. That's why I wanted to bring that up this week, because on June 6th, in just a week, we're sending up 3 more people to the ISS to start the NASA Expedition 56. And that starts on June 6th at 6:15 a.m., which would be Eastern time, which is our time, but it's from Russia. That's going to launch. And then on June 8th, around 8:15 a.m. Eastern time, is when it's going to actually dock at the ISS. So it takes them a little bit of time because they have to go around and kind of catch it.
Do they broadcast either of these things?
Yes,
they
do.
must broadcast
NASA TV, NASA Live TV. NASA's been doing a lot on Facebook.
Wow.
You'll be able to catch it pretty much everywhere. Go to nasa.gov and you'll be able to find all that kind of information and the best way to be able to watch that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's very fun to watch these different launches happen all over the world.
Yeah.
And 3 current astronauts actually are on the space station now, and they were part of Expedition Mission 55, and they're going to roll over to be part of Expedition 56.
Oh,
so all 6
they're going up again.
No, they're going to stay there.
Oh,
it's not going to be a changing of the guard as of yet. They'll come back a little bit before these.
Do you know how
ones.
long they've been up there?
They came in February, actually.
Okay.
Which is, again, why I wanted to kind of be a little bit more attentive of this, because we sent people up in February I didn't even know about. I might have heard about it, but it just slipped my radar kind of thing. So I want to be a little bit more attentive about this. But I wanted to run down who these people were because I think it's worth knowing the humans that are in space floating above us. First up is the commander, Andrew Drew Fustel. He's an American geophysicist, and this is his 3rd time in space. He actually flew twice on the space shuttle. And we talked about him recently. He conducted the first ever Instagram Live from space with Will Smith on the National Geographic channel, which was really, really cool. Also up there right now is Oleg Artemyev, who is a flight engineer. He's a Russian cosmonaut. This is his 2nd time in space. And Richard Ricky Arnold, who's a flight engineer. He's actually a Navy vet, but he's an American educator. He is a middle school science teacher.
Oh, that's so cool.
And he's
Can you imagine your teacher being one of the astronauts?
Coolest
in
teacher
space?
ever.
Yeah.
Coolest teacher ever. Yeah. So those 3 guys, they're sticking around. Now, the 3 new crew members that are joining the ISS, they, again, launching on the Soyuz MS-09 on June 6th. That's Alexander Gerst. He's a flight engineer. He's a German geophysicist and a European Space Agency astronaut. This is going to be his 2nd time in space. Sergei Prokopiev. I'm terrible at Russian.
No, I think he got it that 2nd time.
He's the commander, but he will be under the commander of the commander when he gets up there, but he is the commander of these 3. He's the Russian cosmonaut. This is his 1st time in space.
Ooh.
And then finally, Serena M. Onyan Chancellor. She's a flight engineer. She's an American physician, engineer, and astronaut, and this is her 1st time in space.
Ooh. Couple of noobs.
Yeah, and like I said, the Expedition 55 crew has been there since February of this year, and it's just surprising how many times we kind of changed the guard up there. But again, only a little over 200 people have been living and working since the inception of the ISS.
That's crazy.
And the crew this year, I've got another picture of. There's actually Serena in front of the Soyuz rocket that they'll be launching on, and some of the new space suits that they're wearing.
They look a little bit more comfy
cool.
than the first space suits.
Yep, for sure. So the crew is going to be taking on a lot more science this year. With this expedition kind of rolling over from the last expedition, because on May 24th, the orbital ATK Cygnus spacecraft delivered an archaic form of navigation to test as a backup for deep space missions. Before I get into that, I just want to let you know, this is a picture right here of when the Cygnus that orbital ATK Cygnus actually docked. You can see it, Cygnus 9 right there. This is a graphic. This isn't actually an actual picture. But you can see the different craft that are up there. There are 2 Soyuz that are docked there. There's the Beam, which is a satellite. Also the Progress 69, which is a satellite. So, the ISS is like a hub of all sorts of stuff because they'll bring in satellites to work on them. They'll bring new satellites up there to kind of like get the final touches on and then send them off. The Soyuzes are the ones that bring the guys up and down. Like the resupply missions, their capsules are up there. It's pretty crazy.
It's pretty brain melting when you really think what humans are capable of once they get organized and they take on the smartest people doing the most high tech shit. It's really nuts, man.
Yeah.
When you really sit down and think what we've done.
Yeah.
And what has been up there.
Yeah.
For so long.
And it's so technologically advanced. This is why this is interesting. One of the science experiments that they're going to be doing that they just started working on is this archaic form of navigation. And you actually know a lot about this because you have one tattooed on you. This is called the Sextant Navigation Investigation. And basically what this is for is It's going to explore the use of a handheld sextant for emergency navigation on missions in
crazy.
deep space as humans look to travel farther and farther away from Earth.
Oh, that's really
This
cool.
is actually a picture of one of the astronauts up there now utilizing it, and we're really starting to see. We've been using this form of navigation for years and years and
It's
years.
the first
centuries.
GPS.
Yeah, for centuries and centuries, and we're starting to think, okay, if everything fails and we're in deep space, can we use this to kind of navigate our way around?
Wow.
It's pretty neat.
It's
Pretty
crazy when
neat.
when it all comes down to it. It's the analog that survives.
Right.
You know.
Exactly. Literally the ability to sight angles between the moon or planets and stars, that's going to offer crews another option to find their way home if the communications and main computers are compromised.
Man, this is all the makings for a great space movie.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Which happens. I
They
mean,
should call
every
it
space movie.
The Sextant.
Yeah. Shit always breaks in a space movie, and then they're like, what do we do? You
Yeah.
know, it's like, well, I got my sextant. You know? Pretty neat. Another thing of research that
Is it Matt Damon who breaks it out? It's gotta be.
right? It might be.
Matt Damon, why are you still in space? Go home.
Here's a fun fact that you brought up Matt Damon in The Martian. The German who Alexander Gerst, or I'm sorry, I'm going to get this wrong. It was either the German or the Russian. It might be the Russian, Oleg Artemev, or Alexander Gerst. I'll have to check it. One of them is based. They are one of the astronauts in The Martian is based on them.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. It's one of those random pieces of facts that's stuck in here that I
Rolling
don't
around like
I don't
a
have it
marble.
all, but it's there. Yeah.
couple old marbles rolling around.
But back to some of the science that they're doing. Another thing that they're doing up there is this thing called BEST. It's the biomolecular extraction and sequencing technology. And basically what this entails is monitoring crew health and biological environment of the space station and understanding long-term effects of space travel on both are critical to NASA's plans for deep space long-term exploration. So this BEST study is the agency's next step towards advancing in-space DNA sequencing and the technologies that surround that can identify microbial organisms living on the space station and understanding how the DNA of humans, plants, and microbes are affected by microgravity. So it's like a lot of biomechanics and DNA sequencing, but doing that in space will further how we can kind of keep our bodies in tip-top shape if we're going to be in space for long periods of time.
That makes sense.
So that's really neat. And finally, this is throwing it back to a very old episode of Fueled by Deathcast when we were talking about this on science. The Cold Atom Lab is finally in space. And if I put this picture up, you probably recognize it.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about lasers, one of your favorite things. This came up on the Cygnus on May 24th as well. What this is going to do is it's going to create a temperature 10 billion times colder than that of the vacuum of space. So this will create a pocket that is colder than anywhere in the universe, period. And then it's going to use lasers and magnetic forces to slow down atoms until they're almost motionless. And then in this microgravity environment of the space station, Cal can observe these ultra-cold atoms for much longer than we could on the ground of Earth.
What a weird thing.
Yeah, results of this research could actually lead to a number of improved technologies, including sensors, quantum computers, atomic clocks, and other things used in spacecraft navigation. And that's why I think that's really neat. And again, I just think that as a society, we should be more aware of what we're doing in space. That's why I like doing the science segment. That's why I like talking about space all the time. And I think a very easy way, if you guys are all on, various social medias out there, follow the International Space Station. Follow NASA, follow SpaceX, follow these different companies. They're constantly tweeting, Facebooking live. They're doing all sorts of stuff and putting out their content. And, even myself, someone who's looking at this stuff all the time, I didn't even really register that we sent people up to space in February.
It's crazy.
And next week, we're sending 3 more people up to space. So let's keep on it. Let's keep hearing about what they're doing, the research that they're doing up there, and keep kind of reporting on these because I think it's important.
And you never know what kind of nuggets of knowledge you might find.
Exactly. All right, guys, it's time for Death Star of the Week again, and this third week is a little fun because right before we started this whole project, we got a special visit from one of the community members. Drove almost 2 hours to come visit us, which was great. And I am, of course, talking of Mr. Paul Thomas. He came and surprised us at HQ and spent the day kind of, seeing the facility again. He had never seen the studio in its full form yet, which was really nice. So because he was here, I was like, we're gonna get you on this brand new segment. I don't even think it had a name at that point.
It did not.
And so we got him in front of the mic, in front of the camera, and this week's Death Star of the Week, who you're gonna meet right now, Paul Thomas. It's very rare that we get to actually get a fan in the studio. So welcome, Paul.
How you doing?
Good. I'm glad that you could join us. You drove here today on your vacation. I can think of no better vacation than to come visit little old me and Sierra. That's pretty great. How long of a drive is it for you from where you live to Death Wish?
It's about 2 hours.
2 hours.
I made it today in an hour and 10 minutes. I mean, hour and 50 minutes.
The last time you were here was last year, right?
Yeah. It was downpouring rain.
Yeah. Today is a beautiful day that you got to come here. I want to know a little bit about you. You're on vacation from work. What is your 9 to 5? What do you do for your job?
I deliver oil. I drive a oil truck.
Yeah. Now, so do you deliver to just straight up gas stations, or do you deliver to people who are then going to deliver to gas stations, that kind of thing?
No,
or?
home oil.
Home
I deliver
oil
to houses.
Oh, okay.
Heating oil.
What's your radius like with that? What's your delivery route?
How
kind
much
of thing?
driving do you do?
Yeah.
It varies, but I'm doing about 110 miles a day.
Wow.
Anywhere from 60 to 110 miles.
Wow, that's incredible. Holy moly. And that's literally 5 days a week, 110 miles a day?
In the summer, it's 5 days. In the winter, it goes to 6 days.
Oh,
to 7
yeah.
days a week.
Yeah, because people need a heck of a lot more oil.
Yeah. I do up near 30 stops a day.
And just because we didn't actually touch upon this, where are you based? Where are you from?
Dover Plains, New York.
New York. Okay, yeah. Us in the cold region where everybody needs a heck of a lot more oil. It's ridiculous.
Torture ourselves with winter weather.
Yeah.
Definitely.
One of the things I think that's incredible about this community is obviously the official page where we as the company get to see what you guys are doing and stuff like that. And I gotta ask, you knew I was gonna ask this. I gotta ask, that backsplash that you made with all the stickers, how the hell long did that take you?
It took probably about a month to do it.
Yeah?
Because I didn't have enough stickers.
So you got the stickers obviously from ordering from us, but did people send you stickers too?
Yes. People from the community were nice enough and send me stickers.
Wow.
You guys actually sent me a few extra stickers, and as I got them, I just put them on there.
How many stickers, if you had to make an estimate that it took to fill your entire kitchen backsplash, do you
There's
think you
got to
used?
be around 500
Oh
or
my
more.
God.
Wow.
That's really
wow.
cool. I like how you use the Valhalla Java sticker to cover your outlets.
plates.
So creative.
Yeah. I was like, I
my
gotta do
favorite
this
part.
somehow because the white just didn't look good there.
And I mean, that's just in your kitchen, but we were looking at photos on your phone. Actually, you've got an extensive mug collection too. Do you know about how many mugs you own?
I probably have about 80 to 100.
Wow. And you were saying to me just before we started recording too that you actually are going to be building more shelving for it. Did I hear that right?
Yeah, I have.
That's not a problem.
No, not at all. I have a computer room. It's really an office and extra room.
Mm-hmm.
And I am building one wall. It's going to be 8 feet long by 7 feet high. And I'm going to do, each shelf is going to be high enough for a mug.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to hold 4 mugs tops. And I'm going to do all squares the entire wall.
Wow.
Don't let any children in that room ever.
No, I'm probably going to keep my cats out of the room too.
Oh no.
So
She'll climb up it.
So as a mug lifer, and this is not a Death Wish related question, so feel free to really answer this truthfully, your favorite mug in your collection. And again, it does not have to be a Death Wish mug. Do you have a favorite in your collection?
Right now, I'd have to say it is the IPA.
It is. Oh wow, yeah, that's one that is highly sought after by a lot of our
I
community.
love that mug.
Yeah, that's I miss the reason why that was there. I miss that IPA. R.I.P. Old Saratoga. That was a good beer. It really was.
I got lucky to have gotten that mug. I did not think it would be as popular as it is now.
Yeah.
But if I known that, I would have probably gotten two.
Two of them, right? Right? Yeah, but you never can know that, you know, especially as all of us collectors know out there. You never know what's really going to take off in the eyes of collectors.
Yep.
Another question that I feel is very pertinent to our community at large. How are you brewing? What is your favorite way to brew Death Wish coffee?
I have a drip right now.
Okay.
Because I'm working a lot.
Yeah,
so I
easy.
Grind it.
Yep.
And I have a brewer that has the grinder right in it, so it grinds and then brews right away.
Yeah.
When I'm not working on the weekends, if I feel ambitious, I will do a Chemex.
See,
The Chemex is definitely a weekend brewer. I do that too. I really only use it Saturday and Sunday when I'm home and like have the energy to put myself into that.
Yeah, I still have yet to get my own Chemex. I do it here sometimes, but I haven't pulled that trigger and bought one for the house yet. I use a French press pretty much on the weekends. Like I'm the same way. Like if you do drip coffee right, it still tastes fine. You still get the strength out of it, you know, and it is quick and easy. And I know what I'm getting, you know. But when I have more time on the weekends, I do enjoy the French press, and I think about getting that Chemex. I haven't pulled that trigger yet.
I've never tried a French press.
Do you have a way when you're driving? I mean, if you're driving 100 miles a day, do you have a way to brew up while you're on the road?
For me to do that, when I go through a load of oil and I go back to the terminal to load, I actually buy the pods from you.
Oh, cool.
And I make it that way.
Sweet.
If it's dead of winter and I know I'm running in a different area where I don't have access to my pods, I fill up the Death Wish thermos.
Nice.
And there I go.
Yeah, I love that thermos.
Which needs a bigger thermos.
Yeah, no, we've heard that. We've heard that. I mean, but that's what's great about that kind of product is like I'm the same way. If I know I'm going to be out and about forever, you know, fill that thing up and at least for most of the day. What's your normal coffee intake? How much do you think you drink a day?
Well,
on a busy day.
Well, I drink 2 14 ounces in the morning before I go to work.
Yeah.
And then I bring one with me. So I'm probably like 6 cups a day.
Okay.
And that's 14 ounces.
Yeah.
14-ounce cups.
Yeah.
14 to 16.
I think I drink a lot of coffee, and I think compared to people that aren't in this like Death Wish circle, I do drink a lot of coffee.
Yeah.
But when I hear something like that, I'm like, I'm a chump.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm a
We gotta
total
up our
chump.
game.
I need to drink more coffee.
So speaking on the Death Wish side, you've been a fan forever. You've seen us grow. You've seen what we've done. I love hearing from our fans. What's something that maybe we haven't done that you'd like to see us do? Is there anything? That's a
trick question.
It is. It's not really a trick question. And
That's a hard question.
And I mean in the sense of merchandise, or maybe a mug design, or maybe just an
event.
An event. Is there anything that you'd want to see Death Wish do that we haven't tried yet? Because we're always looking for new ideas.
Yeah.
Put you on the spot.
Because you're actually doing great to what you're doing.
Aw, thanks.
It's awesome. But you got to come up with some bobbleheads.
Bobbleheads.
Okay. If you could see anyone at this company, if you wanted a bobblehead of anyone in this company, who would it be?
For one, it's got to be Mike.
Yes.
Okay. A bobblehead of Mike Brown, I think, does exist. Right?
There is a single. Yes, there was a random company that made him one as like a gag gift. But yes, he does have a single one for himself. But
Really?
we should really mass produce something like that because I want a Mike Brown bobblehead too.
And then you got to get one too.
I'm in. I mean, my head does do this a lot.
Sarah's
so.
got to get one.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, definitely that, and like a mug design. You should maybe wait until an anniversary and do one special, bigger tankard.
Ooh, like a Death Wish anniversary is what you're saying,
Yeah.
like an anniversary of the company. I like that.
Like an enormous one, right?
Yeah.
Like I guess you used to give mugs away when you signed up years ago. They were bigger.
Oh, you're talking about like the original ones. Yeah. That was
Something like
that's
that.
how we enticed all you guys to like us. We're like, hey, please sign up and you'll get a mug. Like, yeah, oh yeah.
'Cause I just saw a post on that. Somebody had just gotten one a
Yeah.
couple weeks ago, and I'm like, I don't know where they got.
Oh wow, yeah. A lot of those are
Damn.
kicking around, but yeah, that was a promotional thing that we did very, very early on. Was again to try and entice people. But that's a really interesting idea. Is like maybe to celebrate like our 10th anniversary or something. We do like this awesome tankard.
Yeah,
That
a
was-
special logo on it, or
I want it
you
to be
know.
so heavy that it's hard to hold up with one hand. It's a 2-hand tankard.
It's like made out of steel.
yeah. It's funny that you said steel. 'Cause
Yeah.
I just saw a post this morning.
Uh-huh.
That I guess you guys had the original steel one,
Yeah.
and I just saw it this morning. I never knew it existed.
You want to hold it?
It's so funny. Even like every once
Hold
in a while,
you might not get it back.
I'll see mugs that I've never even seen before.
That's our original mug, the first one that was ever made. It's just on a metal
You made
mug.
that?
Wow.
Yep. Yeah, that was like when they were still in the basement, and Mike was like, "I'm gonna make a mug," and I don't even know how many of those were made. And when I started here, they were cleaning up like a lot of the office and stuff like that, and that was just kicking around, and we
Really?
snagged it and put it on the shelf because we were like, it should be in a museum, you know, like it's one of those. But yeah, that's one of the
That's
original.
definitely pretty cool.
It's pretty neat. It's not as cool as the hand-thrown Deneen ones
yeah,
by any mean. It's just it's screen printed on there or whatever. But
like an
yeah,
artifact.
Still, it's one
It
of the
isn't-
first ones.
it is an artifact for sure.
That's
for
awesome.
sure.
Definitely is.
That's pretty neat. Well,
Pretty cool.
it's so nice that you came and visited us, and I gotta thank you for sitting down and talking with us on our new segment.
Yeah, you're
it
the
having
first
me.
community member to be here.
to be
on
here
camera.
and do it. Yeah, it was
I
really
came
great.
at the right time.
You came at the
Yeah.
right time. So thanks again, Paul.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Sweet.
Happy birthday! Surprise! I'm naked.
All right, D-Man, it's birthday time.
This is sometimes my favorite because then we get to talk about all the celebrities and
Yeah. You know, I like I say, I like to shout out people that I know we like, that I know you guys at home like, people that are on brand kind of thing. You know, like you know,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be saying happy birthday to any of you Kardashians out there anytime soon. But yeah, but and in that truest form. First and foremost, on Thursday, May 30th, a very happy birthday to Jake the Snake Roberts. He's going to be 63 years old.
he used an actual snake.
Yeah, he used an actual snake. In fact, if you want to go back and listen to our interview with the $1 Million Man on a recent podcast, he was actually talking about touring with Jake the Snake and how he had to be worried about his snake all the darn time because he's touring with his snake.
That poor snake.
Yeah, one of the greats, one of the old school ones from the heyday of wrestling back in the 80s and 90s. He's also credited for creating one of the most famous wrestling moves called the DDT, and I actually have a little bit of a 1-2-3 action of it right there. You probably recognize it. Where he takes him by his head there and kicks his feet up and brings him to the ground, and it looks like he's breaking his neck.
Yeah.
But he's not. It's all fake, people, in case spoiler.
No,
but-
dude, it's legit. It's legit.
But yeah, happy birthday to Mr. Jake the Snake Roberts on Thursday. On Friday, May 31st, turning a ripe 88 years old, the iconic Clint Eastwood. Incredible actor, director, activist, scary motherfucker.
I wish we could have a redo. I wish we could have Clint Eastwood again.
Yeah,
You know how
right?
cool would that
Another
be?
Clint Eastwood? Yeah.
Oh my God, get a movie with young Clint Eastwood and Tom Hardy
Yeah.
in the same movie.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's a killer. Where Tom Hardy plays a bad guy.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, I would watch the shit out of that. I don't care,
But-
Western, whatever it is.
He is a multiple Oscar winner for both acting and directing.
Yeah, he's a great director too.
He has 7 kids.
Wow.
Some of his most iconic roles I had to throw out there, though. First of all, obviously the Dirty Harry movies. And you know, he's also known for a ton of work in the Western genre. And there's
Yeah.
no better movie to bring up than The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
So he's a fan of the Fistful of Dollars.
Such a good movie.
Yeah.
Such a good movie. I mean, seriously, a lot of those Westerns from the heyday of Westerns, they're all good. They all held up to the test of time. They're exciting to watch.
You know what's crazy? A lot of them are derivatives of old samurai movies.
Totally.
For example, Fistful of Dollars is scene-by-scene remake of Akira Kurosawa's Yojimbo.
Yep.
which is that it's great because I got to watch Yojimbo first and then watch Fistful of Dollars, and it's great, man. It's a really cool chunk of history right there.
Yeah, it really is. So happy birthday to him. On Saturday, June 1st, going the other direction, turning a very young 22 years old, is Mr. Tom Holland. You probably recognize him from his role recently as the web crawler Spider-Man in both Captain America Civil War, the newest Avengers Infinity War, and his standalone movie Spider-Man Homecoming.
He's got a great Peter Parker look.
Yes.
And I like that they actually picked an actual young person.
Yes.
So now as the movies progress, we get to see him age and turn into a rougher Peter Parker.
Correct.
I think that's really cool.
One of my biggest I guess qualms with the original Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire. I thought he did a good job, but they wrote it where in the very first movie he graduates high school, and I didn't
He's
like
like 35.
that. And but I also didn't like that he was graduating high school right away because the whole point of the character
Was a superhero struggling through high school
the
issues.
inception with Stan Lee was like, here's a kid who has to deal with homework and girlfriends and bullies, and he's also saving the world with the Fantastic Four and the X-Men and all this stuff. So it was, and that was always Stan Lee's deal. And he recently just took over his own Twitter, Stan Lee did.
Oh, cool.
And he tweeted at Tom Holland saying that he is the exact age and build that he envisioned Spider-Man when he came up with him back in the 60s.
That's cool.
So he got the Stan Lee stamp of approval.
You don't
right
get
there.
a better stamp of approval than that, man.
That's pretty rad.
Yeah.
So happy birthday to him. And finally, on Sunday, June 2nd, a very happy birthday to the lovely Morena Baccarin.
I can't believe she's 39.
39. There
Holy
she
shit.
is as her character from the cult classic Firefly.
I fell in love with her through Firefly, man. You really did just this, she's a very strong female actor.
She really is, and she's been killing it lately in the movie Deadpool and the recent Deadpool 2 as Deadpool's love interest there, and she's great in that role. She's really, really good.
Deadpool's love interest is my love interest.
So you, therefore, are Deadpool by the
Deadpool.
by the
I knew
transitive
it.
property of math. I love it. So a happy birthday to all of them this week.
I smell a roast.
Does it smell like decaf coffee, Jeff?
Okay, I've been kind of skirting around doing this because, we could probably spend an entire episode on this. On the roast, and this week it was a little tough for me to come up with something to really kind of get my blood boiling, and this is one that always does, and I'm sure it does to you people too. Decaf coffee. Why? I lump this in the same category as non-alcoholic beer.
Dude, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If you can't have alcohol, why would you drink beer? It's just gonna make you fat.
I don't
I don't want to get drunk. I just want a beer belly.
I don't understand the allure of decaf coffee. We here at deathwishcoffee.com will never, ever make a decaf coffee.
Let me correct you a little bit, Jeff. We'll never sell
There we go.
a decaf coffee.
That's true.
We actually, to be open and honest, we roast a decaf coffee here for Saratoga Coffee Traders.
That is true.
Only.
That is true.
There's a few bags of high-quality Mexican decaf sitting in the corner of the warehouse, and we roast a little bit every week for Saratoga Coffee Traders, and that's it. But okay, if you drink decaf coffee, let me know in the comments. But I got to tell you, the most annoying thing when we bring Death Wish on the road is, do you guys make a decaf? Fuck no.
My answer is always, we usually have, if you've seen us on the road, we usually have sample cups and we're giving samples of coffee out. My answer is always just to fill that sample cup with a nice little cup of water, and I hand it to them and I go, there's your decaf coffee.
It's like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of an analogy of just, why would you go up to the strongest coffee company in the world and ask for a decaf coffee? Really just assess your actions at that moment. Why am I doing this? How did I make it this far alive? How did I not get hit by a car or make a bad decision that put me off of this world for the rest of my life?
Now, decaf coffee, what it does is it alters the appearance of coffee, the beans itself. It alters the flavor of the beans, and obviously it alters the caffeine. And I was looking it up. this is something that a lot of people don't know. Decaf coffee still contains caffeine.
Yeah.
The USDA says that to be considered decaf coffee, you can be 97% caffeine free. So there still can be 3% caffeine in that cup of coffee.
That makes sense.
So you're not getting completely no caffeine. And the challenge of decaf coffee, which is crazy, is to separate the caffeine from the bean. And what is very hard to do about that is another thing that people don't know a lot about is the drink that we all know and love, this magical elixir called coffee, has over 1,000 chemicals and chemical compositions in it that make up that taste, that flavor, that aroma, that everything. So careful.
Sorry, I'm dying.
So to separate that out from being able to just have the bean without caffeine is very hard to do.
It's making me sick, Jeff,
Yeah.
just thinking about it.
And the first ever process, this will turn you off. The first ever process of decaf coffee making decaf coffee was called the Rosalis process. And it was developed back in the 1800s, and it was steaming the beans in a brine, which is like a very salty, watery solution, okay? And then using benzene as a solvent.
Now, benzenine's not good for you.
It's an organic compound, but we didn't learn until later when we started to really get into, a lot more chemistry with the human body that it's a human carcinogen.
Yeah.
So it is not good for you.
So like when I always heard, they treat coffee with arsenic to make decaf. Wasn't totally true.
Right.
But there was a piece of truth in there.
Right.
They're using a chemical that is harmful to humans to make decaf coffee. Now, they don't make it that way anymore.
They don't make it that way anymore. They don't use anything harmful. There are multiple ways of making decaf coffee, and the most common ones use things like methylsilene chloride, which
Sounds great.
which sounds terrible, but it's okay. Activated charcoal, which is trending very much so right now, and also CO2, which is what the process that I believe that we utilize.
Yeah, it's the Swiss process.
It's called the Swiss process.
Yeah,
correct.
that's what we have.
When we roast that coffee for Certoga Coffee Traders. And I don't have much more to say about it other than why decaf coffee.
It's
I
like
guess
getting a salad from McDonald's.
I guess I can understand it from the sense of, I used to drink coffee all the time. Now I have some sort of health thing that I need to, quell the caffeine intake, but I still enjoy the taste of coffee, so I want to ingest it. But it's the same kind of thing. Again, I'll bring it back to non-alcoholic beer. That's what people who can't drink alcohol anymore say, oh, well, I still enjoy the taste of beer, so I want to enjoy that. And it's like, well, you're obviously not drinking beer for a reason, either whether it be health or addiction or whatever, and it's like, so why kill yourself on that? Just cut it out altogether. And I feel the same way about
I never
decaf.
really understood that. Like, you're so addicted to it, you need to trick and lie to yourself to keep on going. Like, why not just switch your drink? And this is what doesn't make sense to me. There's certain sacrifices you make to get a good buzz on, right? So for alcohol, yeah, it feels good to be drunk, but there's certain things that you take at risk. Obviously, it's not the most healthy thing to intake alcohol, and there's certain calories and certain chemicals that your liver produces. Why would you drink non-alcoholic beer to have all those defects? But you're making sacrifices for nothing, just to lie and trick yourself. Now, with decaf coffee, it's like you're staining your teeth.
Right.
You're dealing with whatever defects coffee might have, but you're getting
Might make you poop still.
none of the benefits. Did you think it makes you poop still?
It might.
Without the caffeine?
30%.
I feel like the caffeine is what makes you poop.
No, we did. We went into science on it. We have a great animation all about it. It's really 30% of the population. It's the bean itself. It's the process itself.
For those of you who drink decaf coffee, if you are listening, let me know if it also makes you poop. I'm very curious about that.
And finally, I'll say this. What's great about the coffee culture, especially now, and we see it so much with Death Wish Coffee, is people are really rabid about the type of brew they drink, the way they brew it, the flavor profile, the aroma profile, all that kind of stuff. I don't think that exists with decaf, right? I don't think anybody's like, what the best decaf coffee
Well, there
is
a little bit of that, because there's good and shit of everything, right?
True.
So we don't buy shit coffee at all here, period.
Right.
So we're spending good money on organic Mexican decaf, but you know, you definitely can't nail down any flavor profile when using decaf coffee. And plus, if you try, God, you'll get laughed out of the scene entirely. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you drink decaf coffee, not because you've had to sit here and listen to me make fun of you, but because you drink decaf coffee.
Yeah.
And it's horrible.
Yeah.
Stop.
All right. All right. Boo.
The Fueled by Death guest.
This week, D-Man, it's the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Mike Brown.
This was, I would have to say, it's like the Deadpool movies. I'd have to listen to it or watch it again to figure out if it was better than the first. I feel like it was better than the first.
Yeah. And if you don't know what we're talking about, you can go on over to season 1 of this podcast. It would be episode 17 with Mike Brown, and we had him on early on in the show talking about all the things about the company and everything. And this time we had a little more fun. I posed it to you guys to ask him questions. I took a lot of questions from the community.
Yeah, we got some great questions from you guys.
Yep.
Really appreciate that.
And we asked him those. We asked him some burning questions we had. And Mike was really, really candid with a lot of stuff that's coming up with this company in the next year.
We got the truck we talk about. We talk about the cold brew, espresso pods.
Walmart.
We talk about Walmart. We talk about everything.
Valhalla Java.
We talk about everything.
Yeah.
And he was as open as if there was no recording going on.
Yeah.
If he was sitting in a room with me and we were discussing the things going on in the company, this is the same words he would have used. It's pretty intense. I'm really glad we got to sit down and talk to him about all these great things for you guys. And here's a little sneak peek of that.
A lot of the questions stem around our products and our merchandise, and I kind of want to rapid fire through some of these just to get your actual answer on some of these, and it can be like a yes or a no or a no comment if you'd like.
Oh, I know. I'm one of those. I'm not a yes or no person.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's think about that for
Yeah.
a while. And that's usually, unless it's a hell no or a hell yes, I'm usually like, oh, let's think about that. Maybe. Like, where's the data? Where's
Right. Right.
Show me the
But
numbers.
I'll try.
So first of all, I didn't even know this was a thing. I had to look it up, but a lot of people were asking this question. Do we have ever any plan or idea to make a larger K-Cup? I didn't know that it even existed.
No, not right now. They have actually a larger K-Cup for, you can brew like a carafe.
Like a whole carafe of it.
Like a carafe for like, I don't know, it's like a 6-cupper.
Yeah.
I've seen those in the past. No, I don't have a plan to make those right now. But I've seen these, and I'm not going to make these. We're not going to make these either. But I was in San Francisco, I think, and they had these Keurig pods that were about the size. They were to make coffee for like an entire company, and these were about the size. It looked like a Keurig pod about the size of a bucket.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Yeah,
We should make just one of those. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, maybe we should. Maybe
we could do we could do a death wish challenge where you have to drink all the bucket of coffee yourself.
I like it.
love it. I love it. I love it.
I don't want to take it off the table, but
Okay.
no. But no.
D-Man's Death Wish Update. Brought to you by Death Wish Coffee.
Oh, we got lots of good things in the works, and in order for you to stay in touch, you need to stick to the newsletter.
Yes, every single Thursday. And in fact, we've been kind of bringing them out even more than Thursdays because we realize, even though we're not at the office on the weekends, the weekend still happens. So
Yeah.
sometimes you get a nice little update of something that's going on in your email on the weekend. But yeah, that newsletter is the premier source to find out everything that's happening at this company every single week.
And if you're part of the Mug Life, you must be a part of the Mug text line. Jeff, tell them how to become part of that list.
It's really easy. All you got to do is text the word MUGS, M-U-G-S, to 484848. I'll put that right here. And that'll put you on a list. So whenever we release a mug, the day we release that mug, you'll get a text that says, in better words than these, mug is released. And then it'll have a link right on your phone that you can click and go straight to that mug to buy it.
Yep. And we do have a mug coming up Very, very soon.
Very soon. We've shown it to you on this show. I'll actually put up another photo of it for you, too. It is our industrial mug with the denim glaze.
And, with any mug release, we do a golden ticket day with a free patch, and that is right around the corner. And we've already showed you the patch. It's this cool industrial,
I'll put a big picture of it there.
Industrial logo on denim, which is very cool because the mug is also denim in a glaze like this. It's very cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's right around the corner, and in order to find out when that happens, you need to be part of the newsletter.
And one more time for anybody who happens to just be tuning in and doesn't know anything about this, golden ticket days work like this. We're not going to tell you what day it is, but a day in the future, coming soon, is going to be the golden ticket day. And think of Willy Wonka. So any order that day will have a chance of getting the golden ticket, and that golden ticket is going to be our next mug, but in a completely different color scheme. I have yet to see it. I know you have. I've yet to see this new
really
golden
cool.
ticket, but we only make very few of them, and I believe 15 to 20 lucky winners.
It might be, I could be wrong, but it might be 30 this time.
Somewhere between the 15 and 30 range. Very small number of people that day will actually win the golden ticket. And so everybody has a chance. All you got to do is make a single purchase, and it can be anything. It could be a gift card. It could be a banner. It could be anything. And on top of that same day, on that golden ticket day, any purchase, doesn't matter if you win the golden ticket or not, gets this patch. So everybody wins on a golden ticket day.
Yeah. Yep. Lots of cool things coming.
Yeah.
And, speaking of cool things coming, we're in Walmart now.
Yes. Yeah, we keep saying this every week, but we really want you guys to know about it. 1,600 Walmarts across the nation. And please tune into the show tomorrow with Mike Brown. Or if you're listening to it right now, you just heard Mike Brown talk about that for the podcast tomorrow. And we're so excited about this rollout because it's something that none of us, including Mike, had ever really had on our goals. It was never like, let's get to Walmart. But we're there. And we're going to see how it goes.
I feel like that happens with success sometimes. The thing that you're not focused or paying attention to is the thing that kind of ends up working out. But it's not like things just work out on their own. It's a lot of hard work. And then sometimes things that you wouldn't expect end up working out for you.
It's true. It's true. And just so you guys know, we're working really hard. All of the Walmarts at this moment are starting to get the product in. And by the time all 1,600 stores have it in, we're going to hopefully have this really cool interactive store locator on our website that you'll be able to basically look wherever you're located, wherever the Walmarts that are carrying our Death Cups
or any
are
other
around.
retailers too, not just Walmart. And we'll be in probably over 2,000 stores this year alone, and we'll just be rolling out more and more and more. So we'll make sure to make a really cool app so you can figure out the closest place to get Death Wish coffee besides your home computer at deathwishcoffee.com.
We're working on that right now. And tomorrow being a Thursday, which is usually a deal day, I think there's a deal going.
I'll love you tomorrow. It's free shipping day.
Free shipping day. We're letting you know that now. I know it's Wednesday night, but I mean, really, guys, like tomorrow is the best day to buy. You get free shipping on everything that happens. Plus, if you're listening to this podcast, you got the secret discount code. That's going to give you a little bit extra off on everything. I think that's a perfect day to just stock up on everything you want.
Yeah, that's
from
pretty
Death Wish
awesome,
Coffee.
actually, now that you put it. You shouldn't put it together like that, Jeff. We're going to start losing money, Jeff. It's coming out of your paycheck.
That's true. That's true. Finally, I want to leave you guys with a cryptic kind of thing. We try to give you as many secrets as we can as we're moving forward, and every time on the update, we try to let you guys know about new merchandise, new things that are happening with the company as soon as we possibly can. And there is something that's happening that might be the most exciting thing that has ever happened, at least in my perspective.
Dude, it's out of this world.
And I have been chomping at the bit to talk about it, but we can't. And I want you guys to just know, keep tuning in every single week, listening to the update, watching the show, listening to the podcast, because very soon we're going to be able to talk about it. And we just, because of legally, contracty kind of stuff, we can't yet.
All the good stuff has legally contracty stuff around it.
Yeah. So sit tight, buckle up, there's some really big news on the horizon that we can't wait to tell you.
I want to hear your guesses.
Oh, yeah. Guess in the comments. Sure. I'd love to hear some of those guesses. That's a lot of fun, actually, because what could it be? Is it a new
I don't think you'll guess. That's my head.
Is it a new coffee? Is it a new Mike Brown? Is it a new
Introducing the Mike Brown Cyborg? Get one for your home today.
Guys, I'm so excited to tell you, and like I said, it will be in the next couple weeks that we'll be able to tell you. We just can't yet. I just want to get you guys as excited as we are for this big news that's coming from Death Wish Coffee. And once again, tune in every single week for more news from the company, more news about what we're doing right here on The Update.
And that's the show, everybody.
That is the show. One last time, share this feed, comment. If you haven't dropped a comment, leave a comment right now.
How have you not left a comment?
I know,
yet?
right?
We've talked about so many cool things. How can you not just be part of this awesome discussion?
And one lucky winner, one of those comments will be chosen at random at the end of the show, and you will win a 2018 Valhalla Java tankard. We're going to sign the bottom. Now, again, this is the 2018 tankard, so it's not numbered, but we'll sign the bottom. We'll send it right out to you. And love this mug so much. It's one of those big uns, that I can eat chili out of.
Jeff's just sitting around his house with like 8 mugs full of chili. It's like,
true.
I can't eat any more chili.
It's true. But we love this mug. We love being able to give you a mug every single week. So if you don't win this week, tune into the show next week, and then we'll be giving away another thing and another chance to win. And one last time, don't forget to go and check out the podcast premiering tomorrow. I'll put the link up right here. That is with Mike Brown. We have him answer a ton of questions directly from you guys. We also get him to talk about some stuff that we've been really wanting to hear about. And if you want to know what's in store for Death Wish coming up, this is the one to listen to. It was really great to have Mike back on, and we'll have him on again very soon, I'm sure.
He's our guest every week now.
Yeah, it's the Mike Brown Show. And please give us a follow. We love Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's very easy to follow us. I am at Jeff Wish Coffee.
At Death Wish Dustin.
It's that easy. Thanks again, guys, for watching the show, for sharing the show. I really enjoy putting it out at this time. I think a lot of you have been enjoying it too. I've been getting a lot of good feedback from you guys. Keep telling all your friends about it. We want to keep growing this little idea and making it as big as possible. And can't thank you guys enough. And we'll see you again next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Cheers.
This has been Fueled by Deathcast, a Death Wish Coffee Company podcast production. Thanks for listening.